Welcome, Sharon.
Welcome.
To the BreakDown podcast. This is a
Thank
new
you.
trend. And today we're talking about relationships. Why? So as part of the GPS system, it's based on the concept that there are 5 key areas of your life that we need to give attention to. And when we do give attention in terms of our vision and our goals, then we begin to experience an expansiveness in consciousness, awareness, and our very lives. And so today we're focusing on the whole area of relationships, and you've seen that having
Yes.
done the program.
Yes.
So I want us to really just have a conversation, because this is a topic that many people have something to say about. Relationships. We're going to talk about, love relationships, but what and why is relationships, that subject, so important to you?
I think for me, it's the lived experience of being a child and what happens when you don't understand relationships. So having to go through that, and also the lived experience as a professional where I thought, no, I need to really understand this because it really impacts my life.
Okay.
So
without going into your business too much, but so are you saying that you had some encounters as a young person that affected you later on in life, or
I think,
impacted you, and that made you curious?
yeah, I think not understanding certain patterns, I would say, in my childhood.
Okay.
But then growing up and being really curious about human beings and starting to study psychology, and then looking at my cultural background where relationships are only talked about in the context of either marriage or godly relationships, and not understanding actually how to relate with people. Interpersonal relationships, not something people were talking about that time a lot. But then seeing how when I started growing up, becoming a teenage young woman, how this impacted me because of the lack of knowledge, of understanding how they work.
Okay. And yours is an interesting perspective because you weren't born and raised in the West, right?
No.
So in terms of relationships from that cultural perspective, is there a big difference in your opinion?
I think there was a big difference being a young girl, because at one point you knew you had dreams, you had goals, but then it got to a certain age as a girl and it almost felt like in your culture the most important thing wasn't your dreams and your goals. It was about now how you can be a good woman, which is a good thing. How then it went to the next level where how you can get a home. But then coming to the West when I was still semi-young, then there was that thing of, children have voices. What do you mean children have voices?
Okay, so give us a little bit of a background. So you were born and raised in Kenya?
Yes, I was born and raised in Kenya.
Okay.
Went to school in Kenya until I was about 17 and then came over to UK.
So what would you say was the biggest contrast between how a woman is nurtured, or how a young lady is nurtured in Kenya, Africa, as opposed to the West? Are they the same?
No, they're not the same. I think there's good bits in both. I think the good bits for me that were really good for me when I was in Kenya as a woman is I was nurtured in faith in Christ. I was nurtured to go out to school, to keep myself pure and everything. However, I wasn't nurtured to have a voice as a woman. So as a woman, you didn't have a voice. As a woman, they almost nurtured you to be a people pleaser. You're at best when you're serving others. You're at best when people say, you're doing good in this and that. When I came to the West, it was a bit on the other side where women were quite liberal, which I felt was good, but was also detrimental because some of the things I perceived my age mates were doing as being liberal, I was like, this is detrimental to you as a person. However, they had a voice and they had started to self-actualize.
So you had that view that they what they were doing, some of the things they were doing was detrimental.
Yeah.
Like, give us an example.
When I came, I remember one of my friends said to me, do you drink? And I said, no, the culture I come from, women don't drink, full stop. It's not, when are you going to start drinking? It's, you don't take alcohol unless you're really wayward. And they were like, no, this is what we do here. And somebody literally placed a pint in front of me and I'm thinking, what are you thinking? I would never do this. Wow. Like, it would never occur to me, even in a party, to be seen holding a picture with a pint, let alone drink it. So those are the things that says some of the ways we were brought in were good. However, when it came to self-actualizing, I did not know how to when I went to university, I did not know how to be me. What does that look like? I'm used to doing things to please my mom. I'm used to doing things to please my community.